The company was unable to produce the same for 7 days and was thus fined rupees 31,000. Is the fine levied appropriate? Now, in the passage, what we've been given here is the organization can be fined 25,000 for each offense with an additional fine of 1,000. So 25,000 plus 7,000 for each day, it could have gone up to 32,000, right? And in this case, it is 31,000. So this is fine. So the answer here is B. What punishment can be awarded to the employee? Now, in the passage, it is given that such kind of harassment applies to action within a workplace. Now, from the case construct, we don't know whether that is happening within the workplace. It is definitely given to us that the employee and Miss G live in the same building. So it is very convenient for the employee to humiliate her in front of people. So we know for a fact that he is harassing her in front of people in his building compound, but not whether he does that in the workplace. So therefore, we can't say, because here this applies to actions within the workplace. And therefore, the answer is D, because we don't have sufficient information. Okay, who is liable to pay the fine and why? Now, in the information in the passage, it is given to us that if a person fails to comply with the new act, the person will be liable. And if a company fails to comply, both the company and an individual can be held responsible. So basically, if you are not submitting, even the company is not submitting, right? So it falls in the category of both are failing. And the passage says that both will be held responsible. So in this case, Mr. B and UNT are liable since the acts were being done in UNT with Mr. B's consent. Okay, the company has released a statement saying that the lack of equality is justified since 15% of their salaries goes towards making the office more accessible. Now, making accessible was a responsibility, and also 15% goes there. I can say 15% of their salaries. Okay, so they are paid 35% less. So if I take overall of their salaries, they are paid, let's say, 100. If someone is paid 100, they are paid how much? 35% less, which is they are paid 65, right? And now they are saying 15% of their salary. So 10% is 6.5, so around approximately 9 to 10 bucks is gone towards making the office accessible. Okay, even if I take this as a fair objective, what about the remaining balance? So out of this, let's say 10 rupees, I've approximated it, 10 rupees goes to making the office accessible, but they are paid 35 rupees less. What about the remaining 25 rupees, right? So in the passage, it was given, it's a proportionate means of achieving a legitimate aim. So even if I take this as a legitimate aim, the remaining 25 rupees is not justified. And therefore, the answer is, it is not a valid argument. And in that case, head should be liable. It is given that in that case, the head is liable. The head of the establishment is responsible for ensuring. Yeah, this is what is given, that the head is responsible. Yeah. Yes. So therefore, the answer here is B. Which of the following is not in consonance with the passage with regards to companies employing persons with disabilities? Okay. India adopts a persuasive approach rather than a punitive approach. In the passage, it is given, in contrast, in other jurisdictions, adapt a persuasive approach rather than punitive one. So India follows a punitive one, and therefore this is not in consonance with the passage. So A is the correct answer. Everything else is given in the passage. Even this is given, right? That if your objective is legitimate, you can have that. Okay, so who have low vision as supervisors? So this should be supervisors in the inventory department. The company pays them INR 25,000, whereas others are getting 35,000. So there is discrimination. Now the question asks us that which of the following reasons can be the strongest reason to justify the discrimination? In the passage, it is given, it must be a proportionate means of achieving a legitimate aim. So two things. First of all, the aim has to be legitimate. And second, the mean has to be proportionate. Okay, so which is they are paid 10,000 less. The supervisor with low vision are less experienced and qualified compare. Now they are not trying to achieve a legitimate objective aim. So this part is missing here. Supervisors with low vision require additional training and support to enhance their skills and abilities to perform their jobs effectively. So this is a legitimate aim. Whether the 10,000 is a proportional amount, we don't know, but at least one part has been taken care of. And second part may also be proportional, but we don't have that information. Are unable to perform the same task. Again, no objective is there, no aim is there. Again, no aim is there. So this is the correct answer. Maybe that 10,000 is proportionate to achieving the objective. So therefore, B is the correct answer.